Hello, everybody willing to listen to what I have to say. Originally, I was not going to share the full story, but I feel this information needs to be public for the producer's safety and the fan's safety. And thank you so many people for actually reaching out and supporting me in these hard and confusing moments. Now, I will state that this entire drama is not because of transferring ownership. That's just what caused all of this to snap. So in this, I'm going to explain my entire experience with this group. I will warn you now, there are mentions of SA/Grape, sexual mention, and PDF file. Those who did not get involved in drama against me will not be publicly named, and what they have said will either be anonymous or completely private. This is split into sections because of trigger warnings, so you can choose what situation you want to read and see the trigger warnings before. I love you all, and I hope to see you guys later. First, the Lunar Drama. Timestamps here. When I first met Ruin on a live stream, it was a dream come true. I got to meet one of my favorite YouTubers and talk to them, and then I became their friend. I was so excited and I was so happy, but then the Lunar Drama began. The Lunar Drama is what most people from the old server know. Lunar and Ruin had a miscommunication error that caused Lunar to be kicked out from the group and show. After that happened, I was actually there and talking to Ruin. I helped them through it. I offered my support, which led to Ruin often venting to me, which I was happy to help at the time. The show ended up being cancelled for a short period of time. Around 7 months later, Lunar made a public hate group with TTS and starts a public event to out everybody in the show and tell the truth about it. In response to that, Ruin snuck into the instance with assistance from another cast member. They listened to Lunar break down, saying how they truly feel, making Ruin finally realize their communication error. This was after Ruin had already ostracized Ruin from the group. They ended up making up on that day, even with the crew opposing it, because it was sudden and we weren't able to talk to Ruin as a group. Reading from screenshots. Ruin, please, this isn't a good idea. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Ruin, please, you don't. Don't get back with them. Lunar is manipulating you. Ruin, please, don't get Lunar's hopes up. They can't come back, Ruin. Blood Moon, this isn't a good idea. We can't let Ruin do this. They are acting on emotions. It's sudden. I know, I have a shit feeling about this. Me and Solar were just talking about that. Yeah, I'm talking to Solar as well. I have a horrible feeling. This isn't good. Yet I can't say anything. Group chat time? We need a group chat. I texted Ruin saying to stop. The day after, they finally messaged back to express my concerns, yet I didn't feel heard. Look, I'm really sorry for how I might have made you feel, and I get your points, and I know you just want to be reasonable. Can we just talk this out? I just really don't think it's a good idea for you to be friends with Lunar again. Ruin, you can really fuck things up. I know, and I know I did it quickly, but you know how much they meant to me. I've been talking to them for an hour and a half. I know how much they meant to you, but I don't think you thought about it enough. They could be manipulating you. Listen, you can try, but don't be rash about anything. Don't get attached too quick. And if anything happens, like any toxic signs show, you tell me. I honestly don't think they are. They didn't know that person was me. It could have just been Solar. The way they talked about feeling in that moment when we fought that night showed me that they cared, because it was one comment that both of us were hurt at. They remembered the promise I made them. I will never replace you. I'm not saying you can't be friends with them. I'm just saying be careful and don't get into anything too soon or too fast. It could work out, but you need to be careful. Don't put them in anything. Just talk to them for a bit. Don't say anything is fixed too quick. I am, and I thank you for being a good friend and warning me, because that means a lot to me. I don't want you hurt again, Ruin, because I was also there when you lost them, and it hurt me to see you like that. This is where the Lunar Drama segment ends. The disgusting section. This does have sexual mention. Timestamps here on where you want to skip. Going back a little bit, this is the disgusting section, which still hurts a bit. This is when I was first introduced to the rest of the crew, and one of the first people I got comfortable with was Solar, who this situation is around. Stating this off now, Solar did not mean to cause this, and Ruin took it into their own hands. Starting off, I will admit, when I first met Solar, I had watched how they acted in the show, and realized that it wasn't exactly acting, which later I learned it was because of an actual Solar alter. But I thought me and Solar would immediately click because we made sexual jokes. After knowing Solar for a week or two, I would do calls with them, and I admit I made sexual/suggestive jokes that at the time I didn't know made Solar uncomfortable, because they laughed with me and also made jokes. After a bit of this, they ended up telling Ruin, which I fully support. Telling your partner first is always a good choice before acting. But instead of Ruin letting Solar talk to me, Ruin took it into their own hands and sent me a paragraph basically telling me I was disgusting and should be ashamed of myself. Immediately, I apologized to both Ruin and Solar and changed my ways, being more respectful and asking permission before making any sexual/suggestive jokes. I listened and respected them after being told. And yes, being called disgusting for being myself in front of someone I thought I could be open with, it hurt and scared me. So I was respectful for a while until everyone was comfortable with me, giving people time to adjust to the new company. Reading screenshots. Okay, I was going to wait until further discussion, but I can't get it off my mind. I don't want you running the Solar asking why they said anything, because this is between us. They have told me about everything you've said to them, said you would do to them, and let me say this absolutely disgusts me. It makes me heavily uncomfortable, especially since you are not dating them. They have shown me screenshots and such of what you said, and I don't know how else to describe this but as fucking weird. What else do I even say here? I don't know, but I just want you to know how disgusted you've made me feel about you. Oh, I'm sorry. It was all just jokes. Sorry that I made you feel that way. Yeah, but sorry doesn't look like that at all. Solar, do I make you uncomfortable? I'm sorry if I do. I will change my behavior. I didn't know that you were. I mean, every now and then, but yeah, not often. I mean, it's only been once or twice. You can tell me whenever. I won't flirt with you anymore and joke with you if it bothers you. I just want to show I care. Just let me know and I'll change it. You flirting isn't a problem with me or making sex comments, but there are some nights that does and some nights it doesn't. Well, just saying I am sorry. I won't go flirting or saying things unless you say it's alright next time. Alright, thanks. That is where the disgusting section ends. Moving on to the never resolved. Before I say this, timestamp here because this has heavy trigger warnings. Mentions of SA/Grape. Again, timestamps if you need them. Starting. So Ruin had gotten into Hasbin Hotel, and we would talk and text constantly. And one day they brought up loving Valentino, and at first I was like, he's okay, but I don't support his actions. Which led into Ruin being like, everyone focuses on his actions and not the character. Which led into a heated argument over the character, which ended up upsetting me because I have dealt with grooming in SA, and I felt Ruin supported grooming/SA in that time. Eventually, I just gave up because I didn't want to upset the show owner and my best friend. We didn't talk for a bit after that, and it was never talked about or mentioned again, and in my eyes, never fully resolved. Reading screenshots. another thing that's impossible. Love finding a post defending Val by 5% on Pinterest, and the comments were violent. I would be in those comments. I literally hate Valentino so much. I like his character, to be honest, and I feel like I can't say it anywhere. His design and shit is cool, but I absolutely despise everything about his personality and the shit he's done. He's one of my favorites, to be honest, because he's really well written. I don't know. I used to hate him, but now I want him to get more screen time because his design is honestly really pretty. His design is good, yes, but I feel that they didn't write him properly, so they should have just avoided making him a rapist. I mean, he's in hell for a reason. Like, duh, he's going to have done bad stuff. And, like, yeah, that's pretty bad, but at least he hasn't done bad stuff to anyone that makes it super illegal. His employees knew what they were getting into, to be honest. Girl, you can't say that. I don't know. I get pissed when people get all heated over hating him when literally every other single character has done equally as bad stuff. Murder is a pretty sick thing to do to someone, but Alistair and Fox are loved. Grape leaves a permanent physical or mental mark. Murder is just everything is over. Yes, it's bad, but Grape victims have to handle the memories and the constant fear of their abuser. That's not what I'm fucking saying. I'm saying that people defend characters who have murdered for fun in their own game and call them innocent and silly. I do as a joke for Fox, but he did bad stuff. If someone even says they like Val's character, they get called disgusting or a bad person for defending him or just liking him. The people that like him clearly have not experienced stuff. Grape is a dangerous thing to write and should be avoided in stories since it makes these types of controversy. People romanticize this stuff or doesn't see it as that bad. All I'm saying is I wish people were allowed to say Val was one of their favorite characters without getting harassed. I'm not going to fight with you over this. We have our own separate opinions, and that's fine. It's one character. I'm just saying that I don't like him, and all I ask is that you respect my opinion, and I will respect yours. Can we please do this? Hey, I just wanted to say that I'm deeply sorry for acting like that. I'm sorry if it came off as disrespectful. You're right, Valentino is a good character concept if you don't focus on his actions. You also have a good point with the forgiving murderers. They are both awful crimes, yet for being a survivor of assault, you live with the fear and mental issues. But that's not important. I just want to say I respect your opinion and I understand your side. You have some very fair and understandable points, and I'm sorry if I upset you or made you feel as if I didn't respect your side. I care about you deeply and I respect you as a friend. I do not want to lose you, especially over a fight such as this. I care deeply about you and I'm sorry for my behavior. Sorry to bother you. I will give you a while to think and relax. Have a good day, Al. I'm sorry I got mad. I had just really hoped I could just, for once, I could say that I genuinely love his character without feeling bad for doing so. I get that. I get what he's done is an actual horrible thing. I just constantly feel like a shitty person every time I say I like a single detail about him. Especially during episode 7, during his one little solo part, all I said out loud to Blood Moon was, I feel so horrible for him. He must really love Fox. And all they replied with was, yeah, I'd feel bad if it wasn't for what he did. I then felt shitty the rest of the episodes because I felt like I shouldn't feel bad because it'll make me seem like a bad person. It was just a long day of getting annoyed trying to talk about my interests, and I was just pissed off because the situation happened while I was texting. I'm sorry. It's okay. I get it. I understand the need for you to yap like you normally do. It was just difficult for me to listen to this one. I love you, bestie. That is where Never Resolved ends. This is Puppet Art Fight. This doesn't have any triggers, but timestamps here if you do not want to listen to it. This is a bit short, but I feel this needs to be stated too. Puppet Art Fight. This was when I had just redesigned Puppet and she was getting a lot of fan art. because people were testing the design and such. I absolutely loved people enjoying my character's design, but Ruin spoke to me saying that they felt left out because I was getting more fan art, and they wanted me to tell the fans to stop. I ended up doing it in fear of upsetting Ruin and wanting to be fair, so I did the announcement of wanting to give more attention to the others. I bring this up because I do feel it's a bit selfish to make me do an announcement to deny the fans from drawing a character. First, what I sent on the server. I will not be voicing this one, for I do not feel it is that important to the conversation, but you can read it over if you feel like you need to. Reading the screenshots between me and Rue. I don't really know how to say this right without sounding selfish or shit, but is there a reason there's really only been fan art if of you in the TTS art channel? Blood Moon and I were talking about we were kind of disappointed for like 2 weeks now. There's barely been fan art of anyone else. Like, I'm glad there's people drawing you, but there was two people who drew anything for the last released episode, let alone barely anyone who draws people like Jack or Blood Moon. It's just a bit frustrating because, as Blood Moon agrees, it lacks any diversity and appreciation of art for other characters. Again, I just want to know, like, is there a reason it's all a puppet? I don't exactly know. I mean, I've been talking to Cheese a lot. I can't control it. I get it, and I do feel overwhelmed with how much art there is, so I do understand. I wish there was more of you guys right now because I have enough. Maybe we could say something? Again, it's not that I'm mad you're actually getting art more than people are making anything else for the actual episodes. Obviously, Cheese made one for me and it was good, but there's only person who made art for episode 38 was rude and told me they wanted to use the wrong design for me and I had to argue with them. This is where the puppet art fight ends. Moving on to something I call the whale incident. Timestamps for this. Now this is a bit more recent. One day, me and Ruin were on call, and Ruin had said that they had a bad day yesterday, slash the day before talking. So I thought I would do one of our old jokes of joking about being a Genshin whale, a person who spends a lot of money on a game. And at first, Ruin laughed with it and playfully fought. After a second time, they got annoyed, and instead of talking to me, they just said, "You know what?" and left the call, leaving me in shock and processing where I went wrong. I ended up breaking down in tears in front of my family because I was scared of Ruin leaving me, because Moon had already become Ruin's main focus. After, I ended up texting them because they wouldn't talk to me. I told them I didn't mean to upset them, told them I felt replaced, and was just honest about how the situation made me feel. And Ruin explained how they felt. Now, with their messages, they also stated that my behavior was getting old and repetitive, but I was just going with an inside joke. We joked that they forced me to watch videos with them, and just now they get upset with it. I want to state I engaged with every video they showed me and said something. I just joked when they opened TikTok because it was with the joke. They also joked I was kept in the basement and was a slave at some point, so I felt it was okay and added on to it. And after months of doing the joke, they just tell me now after not showing any signs. And they got upset by the whale joke. Again, after months of doing it. They said that the whale joke makes their account feel just about the money. Reading the screenshots. Hi Al, about what happened yesterday, I would like to talk about it. Your lack of communication has caused me to doubt myself. I believe that we were goofing off about Genshin. It would cheer you up, like it normally does. Yet it backfired and you didn't tell me before you left. You suddenly leaving me scared me. It hurt because recently I've been having some thoughts about you really replacing me. And I know that's a jump, and it's okay to have other friends, but it hurts to see Angel get so much attention that I worked for months to get. and they get it in one or two. And you doubting my word of hanging out with you and helping me, bringing another person for your ritual, it kind of reduced my role and I felt I wasn't needed. I just need to get this all off my chest before it starts to eat me alive. And I am tired and I don't want to lose you. I care about you so much. I don't want to act like I am normal and okay with everything anymore. I want to be open with you. I'm sorry that's how I made you feel. I promise when I say I invited Misty because I genuinely don't play Genshin or talk to them out of school that much at all. And I really wanted to have them be there. I told them they might be able to join us if you weren't able to get on, slash didn't update the game in time. Even so, could just be there and call. I got upset yesterday because the whole calling me a whale thing is really making me feel bad about myself. I get that's not what you mean, but it makes me feel shitty about spending money on a game I love. It makes me feel like the actual time and effort I put into building my characters and spending multiple attempts on fighting challenges is dumbed down to money. The thing with Angel and I is we both have a massive hyperfixation on the exact same things at the moment and enjoy practically the exact same things. I don't mean to sound rude or selfish about this part, but I'm also going to be open and honest. The way you react when I say I want to show you stuff on TikTok or anything kind of hurts my feeling. I get not everyone wants to sit and watch shit, but can you maybe just say that? I don't know what it is, but sitting there scrolling through edits I saved or videos I saved makes me feel good. And the way you react sometimes, even jokingly, makes me feel like you're forcing yourself to want to watch the stuff I have. I'm bad at handling multiple people. I've always thrown my whole attention to one singular person, and I've always fucked up all my relationships. I can't fucking help it. I don't know what's wrong with me and why I act the way I do. I just do. I'm sorry. I get how you feel with how I act. I act like that because I believe you enjoy forcing me to watch things in a playful way. I like seeing what you are into. I enjoy listening to you talk about it with so much joy. And the reason I talk about the money so much is I envy the effort you put into your account. That I do blame it on the money to feel better in myself. I thought my account was good, but I met you and I saw the possibilities in what you were able to achieve, and I couldn't help but feel jealous. But at the same time, I really appreciated how you accepted me. You taught me the good stats, the artifacts are important, and the details and actually things that matter, and not just words on a screen that makes you feel like a hacker. Al, I appreciate you so much that it's hard to show it properly. Every move I make sure you enjoy it. Everything I say may seem repetitive, but that's because I never want to upset you. I never want to not be your friend. I want to get into what you're into. I know I can never be as into it as you are. I don't know how to explain it, but you put so much effort into everything you are into, and here I am, just feeling like a little kid smashing two toys together compared to you. But that doesn't have to be a bad thing for us. I'm okay with us not hanging out as much now that I know how you feel. And it's not me being blocked out. It's you having fun with someone interested in the same things that I don't have motivation or near the same interest level as you. I just miss you. And now that I know all of this, I feel like I'm not the problem anymore. And that lifts the need in me to be perfect for you. Yes, I will still try my best to make sure you have fun. I'll be more honest with myself, and I won't stick to one thing you enjoyed at a certain point in time. It has been a year of the same things and same reactions for me. I get how that can be annoying. You're always welcome to join the VC when we're in it. I have us go in the VC all the time just in case you want to join. That's why I made us all a private one. I love you, Ruin, platonically, and I care about you so much. I want you to know that. I hope we can get to a point we can both openly talk to each other. Moving on to the current drama, the puppet drama. Timestamp if you want to skip this. Getting straight into it, but before I start, there is mentions of PDF files and pedophilia. So it started off normal. Ruin asked for ownership of the server, and I respectfully denied because I had made the server and they could easily communicate with me on what they wanted to change. They got upset by me denying it, which I get may seem selfish, but in this situation, it was one of the reasons that I was useful and important, so I clung to it. Ruin ended up dragging Moon into it and making Moon talk to me instead of talk to me themselves. That's what made me snap, because Ruin didn't have the decency to talk to me and sent Moon after me, someone I barely know besides their age. I admit I let my emotions get the better of me, and the pain was too overwhelming. I did call Moon a pedophile because they were defending a minor, and they have made sexual/suggestive jokes with Ruin before. One example is Ruin going, "I will lick you," and Moon responding with something suggestive like, "Where?" or "Please do." Also stated earlier in our conversation, they admitted to being legally an adult, then changed to being 17 after being accused of being a pedophile, which they purposely excluded from the screenshots in the doc they made. And yes, I did ping the server because they had told the entire group after kicking me out of the TTS cast server and Ruin refusing to speak to me. I went and got the only thing I had left, the community, my friends, and the people that deserve to know the truth. Doing this angered many people, but at that point I was so driven by pain that my judgment was a bit clouded. Yet I stood my ground and informed the server as quick as I could. After doing the ping, people reached out. Many supportive people, and I was so thankful and grateful for all your support. But what was most obvious and stood out, Lunar texted me, saying they were disappointed. In the description is linked a video of me and Lunar's entire conversation due to the fact that they use voice to express their concerns. I was unable to screenshot it and made it into an unlisted video, which you can access in the description. It will be marked, but with that, moving on to the screenshots between me and Ruin first. This is kind of a random question, and I apologize if it sounds rude or selfish or anything of that sort. I know it's been ages since we made the server, but I was wondering if you could transfer the TTS server ownership to me. I want to do a bunch of maintenance stuff on the server because I've been feeling really organizational lately. I just know I can't do half the stuff without having ownership permissions. I hope that's okay. What do you need to do? You have pretty high permissions. It's also not really about the maintenance stuff, it's just about owning the server, for my show, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'd still like to keep the ownership if that's okay. I like knowing I made it and it turned into something big. It's really not to me because I've wanted ownership for a while and I feel like it's been brushed off. And I don't know word for word what it is, but there's stuff I can't change without being owner and I want to work on the server. I can just do it for you when you need, but I still want to keep it. I shouldn't have bothered asking because you clearly can't see my point. I do, it's just something I made. No, you don't. Please, just don't start a fight over this. I understand why you want it because it is your show, but I went through the process to make it and set up the bots. You still have full control over it. I just don't want to transfer ownership because I did make it. Reading the conversation between me and Moon. Hey Skylar, I didn't want to bother you too much, but I was talking to Al about the TTS server ownership, and I agree that you should transfer it to him. I understand you are really happy that you created this server that got super popular, but I think Al also just wants to have ownership over the server for their show, you know? And it's nothing personal against you, and I'm sure if you rework the roles that you will both get top level roles. I don't think there are any special roles or privileges besides maintenance and organization that Al will get that you won't. This is nothing personal against you, and we weren't trying to start fights or gang up against you. I want to try and explain my opinion and perspective as well as to help you guys come to an agreement. I am going to be very, blunt. I don't want to transfer ownership. All that changes is little stuff. Ruin can very well change and alter the server all they want without ownership. No one else knows I own the server and the actual server, so I feel title isn't needed. In the server, we are all server owners. I just made the server. I feel titles aren't needed and I just want to keep ownership because I made it. I think the main thing is roles. Someone who isn't the owner of the server cannot shift around roles to people like producer and creator. And Ruin wanted to make better roles or to reassign who was creator or voice actor or producer or artist, etc. And I understand Ruin can message you if he wants you to change something, but that quite literally limits what he can do with the server. If you're offline, he can't do some things he may want to do. It may seem like the little stuff, but the true little stuff, in my opinion, is who has technical ownership over the server. I truly do not think that you are not being the backdoor behind the scenes owner of the server has that much importance. And I'm not trying to tell you that you shouldn't be connected to your server. I'm just saying that it's a group owned server at this point. I'm truly sorry if this sounds rude and I don't want to cause or add to a conflict. Then why doesn't Ruin make their own server? Why the need to take the one I made? Why harass me? It is rude. You guys are attempting to push me out of something I love, talking together and making unneeded drama. What even is this crap? You already have top roles. What more you need? What even is this? A. There are 500 people in the current server. We don't need to relocate 500 people again just because you won't release your grip on the server. Again, Rue and I are not trying to harass you. We have no intentions of being rude. C. We're not pushing you out of something you love. You are not being demoted. You will still have a top role. D. I don't want it to seem like we are conspiring against you. We both have nothing personal against you. This is for customized slash more creative roles. It will help better the server. Ruin is not kicking you out slash demoting you slash removing all your perms. It will change nothing. I'm using way too many periods. It is my server, so fuck off. I'm tired of your bullshit. Go report to Ruin. I don't need to do that. They've been seeing from the start. So then what's the point of all this? I was trying to be polite. I've told you all my points. I have nothing left to give you. I'm sorry I'm capitalizing. I'm capitalism. How is this in any way polite? I told you my stance and you push. You two are not getting your way, so you sit in your group and pout. I'm trying to make you see how this shouldn't be a big deal. I don't know what you think polite is. If there was no problem, you should have respected my boundaries and listened. But no, you guys are not getting what you want, so you harass me. It's a Discord server, though. This is harassment. Yeah, it is a Discord server, though, right? Then what's the big deal? Who needs ownership? It's just a Discord server, though. The owner of the show should have made their own server. It's not a big deal to transfer ownership, then, also. This could have been so easy. No, it couldn't have been. What's easy about it? Please enlighten me. So you click a button, and then it would have been easy if you two got what you wanted. And then the ownership is transferred. Yay! Yay! You could also hit that button top right and exit out of this convo. But who needed to be a good little boy and bark for Ruin? Ruin should handle their own battles. You're a replacement pet. Also, this isn't just about the goddamn server. I will fucking admit, after months of trying to convince myself otherwise, that Ruin is an oh so good host. They fucking kick me down, argue for no reason, and I'm done with this shit. Everyone I know has agreed that Ruin is a cyberbully and a shitty friend. So, Angel, are we not friends? What do you gain from all this shit? Make Ruin fucking talk to me and stop hiding behind you. You don't need to stoop down to the level I did just to be friends with Ruin, who will end up hurting you. You're a full-ass adult arguing with a minor over a stupid show. I genuinely thought it was not that big of a deal. Legally, I'm still a wee lad. You need to understand this is a big deal to me. This is very important to me. The time, the love, and more I've put into this show. We're not killing you. You also don't know how much Ruin has fucked with me and convinced myself I am the bad guy constantly, making excuses because they are mentally ill. This is not just something you gaslight and strong arm someone into doing. Elaborate. I care about this deeply. Think about how much this means to me, not to you. Or elaborate on what Ruin has done. Elaborate on what Ruin did. Ruin is unstable. When they don't get what they want, look what happens. I said no, and no, you guys ruined my day. Gang, it sounds like you're talking about the character Ruin, not the person, I'm not gonna lie. Ruin acts like their character constantly. They are a bitch. They have hurt me more times than I can count. And because I'm too scared to do anything, I just apologize for their shit behavior. I handle everything, basically, because they're too weak to actually admit they are in the wrong for once. They're a shit friend and they don't even care about their fucking partner. How so? Don't even really talk to them anymore and they treat them like shit. Did Solar say that? Why pull someone else into it? I have to ask you, Angel, what's your aim in this game? Like, why are you doing this? Pull Solar into it when you're saying that Alice treating their partner, who I assume is Solar, badly? You're a legal adult. Why are you online fighting battles with minors? You that kind of predator? I mean, it's legal somewhere, right? Okay, that's a step too far, my guy. What in the world is your problem? Also, I'm still 17, buddy, but I'm not doing anything inappropriate here by asking you questions. No, you're not. You're my problem. I'm not 17. You asked for this. Welcome. No, I mean, you kind of started this by not wanting to just like transfer ownership of a Discord server for aesthetic purposes. I'm just in it for the love of the game. You are. You are harassing a minor on Discord. Did I reach out to you and ask if you wanted the server? Also, did Solar say that Ruin was abusive? You contacted me. Solar's none of your fucking business. Worry about you. You're the pedo. I want to be left alone. But no, you want to be a good little boy. You want to get your little girlfriend the server. Is the only thing you got against me is that I'm like 3 years older than you and also not a legal adult? I'm not a legal adult. You good little boy, you. What does this achieve? You tell me. You're the one harassing me. I'm just curious about the solar thing, though. I don't want nothing to do with you. You can go to Epstein Island, but you keep bugging me. So are you trying to give me candy or what the fuck? Sick ass grown man on the internet? None of your damn business. They aren't even your friend. What? They're not my friend? No, I thought we were friends. Oh man. Oh snap. What do I hear? Oh no, they got another one, boys. He draws pictures for little girls on the internet. What are these gifts, bro? I'm cream. You really should reevaluate your life, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. You got front row seats to this shit. Your time will eventually come. Okay, I hope you figure things out on your own. I know you can't talk real right now because your leash is on. It's leash, but close enough. Since you're watching, talk to me instead of fucking hiding. I'm done with your crap. Nah, of course you are, coward. Okay. I've done so much for you. We've been friends for so long and you can't even talk to me? It really shows who you really are. You started this over a damn title in a server. Actually, no. Yes, I started this conversation. You escalated it over an online title that doesn't affect your life in the slightest. You started this because you did not get what you wanted. How is this fair treatment? Not really. I had to message you to try to have you see it from another perspective, because apparently you get a reasonable thought through your skull. Horse shit. Big ol' stink horse shit. Well, have fun knowing screenshots of everything you've said have been sent to the whole group. Of course, that's all you can do. Now let's try to manipulate everyone, huh? Not really manipulating if you said it. I didn't say anything, just sent screenshots. That is where the puppet drama currently stands to the outside view. This is afterwards. 4 days after our argument, Ruin removed my character puppet from the technical theater show. I was uncomfortable with my art, character references, or emojis being used for the TTS, since I was no longer a part of the crew. so I reached out to them to get it removed from the channel. Hey blank, since I've been removed from the show and Puppet has also been removed, I don't feel comfortable with my art being used for your channel anymore, since there's reference sheets for characters like Nox, Lumos, and Puppet, emojis for the server, and thumbnails for the videos. I no longer want them referenced, traced, or used in any way for your future endeavors. Due to the original designs coming from me without your input, I no longer want them used by the technical theater show team in any way. I'd appreciate it I would appreciate it if they were no longer affiliated with with the technical theater show. Thank you, and I hope your new server goes well. I don't have any way to replace the thumbnails, and your credit is given, so I quite literally can't do anything about it. I already plan to get my references replaced. Also, do not use my real name, please. I'm heavily uncomfortable by that. I never planned on putting your emojis back in the server. I do not want them. Thanks for responding. And Puppet's reference will not be used because her character is removed from the show now. Have a nice day. Name is blurred for privacy. Wait, this is editing Skylar here. I just wanted to say about the aftermath of afterwards. I went back to check on the channel, and they did indeed take down my thumbnails. I am incredibly grateful for that, and I am happy that they were able to figure out any problem that they were having. I do wish that they did reach out and inform me that they took them down, but still glad that they got taken down. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to say. Continue on with the video. It's really just a goodbye. But with that, that is the end of the Google Doc. I would like to thank everyone for reading and or listening, for those who've been on my side. Even if it doesn't go anywhere, I'm just glad to get this information out there and finally tell my story without the fear of ruin looming over me. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and I will gladly answer. And I hope the new server goes well. My Discord will be on screen now and also in the description. The unofficial TTS Discord, which I will be running for now, is also going to be linked in case you want a safe space to talk and or want to know more. Thank you everyone for listening again, and I hope you all have great days. See you soon.
I was asking what was going on and saying that that was an immature decision on telling the whole entire server about what was going on. So, that's not harassment. That is a question on what the fuck you were thinking. Um, Also, us having this conversation isn't harassment. Also, you flipping this on me is also immature and irresponsible. I know that you are younger, but get a grip. I will be honest. I do not care. You um, but yeah, if you actually wanted it to get, if you actually wanted it to stop as well, you could have told me or anyone else because you knew I was always here, yet you never reach out to me or anyone that I am aware of to get this to stop. or have a conversation about it. And when you said that you tried to stop it, you made a rude statement towards them, which that was never going to let anyone open up to you, first of all, if you wanted to actually fix something. Even my little sister, who is 12, knows not to do what you did. And I understand you might have been raised differently, but you've known us for a while now. You've known us for about a year and a half at this point. I thought you would know better than to tell the whole entire server, who doesn't even need to know what is going on in our personal group, because that is not their place to know. That is putting extra stress on strangers and other kids, and that is not okay. You made others cry because of your rash decision. Um, yeah. No, you don't listen because I'm telling you what you did is wrong, and I don't even know what is going on between you and Ruin, but just seeing how much of a disturbance you made to the hundreds of people in that server is wrong. Because I know a bunch of those people are younger than us, and I'm disappointed. I'm not even angry. I'm disappointed. I'm annoyed that you are flipping this onto me, though, saying that I'm in the wrong for putting out facts for you to hear and learn. Yeah. Yet you didn't tell any of us that that was a problem to you. You didn't say that you were hurt by it. Um, and Ruin didn't put out drama like you did. You put it in all caps, saying shit about them, saying that they were harassing you, which I think you need to look up the definition for harassment again, because your head's in the clouds. I'm sorry. Um, and if it was several announcements, why haven't I seen it? I check every single announcement. I check every single announcement on that server. So I would love for you to send me them so I can look over it and then once again prove you wrong, because at this point you're just flipping it onto me, making me in the wrong when I'm not, because you do not understand what the fuck being a normal human being is, and how being nice and just not putting stress onto other people is like, you don't do that. You don't put stress onto other kids just because you're mad at someone. You deal with that privately and personally. That is not a public situation. Because now we might even have to end the show because of you now. So that's great. And you say that that was the most important thing to you. Are you sure about that? And what are some examples of this harassment? Because I understand maybe you're autistic and you don't understand, but are you sure? Because I need some examples, unless you don't have any. You're the one that keeps on responding to me. If you wanted this to be done, you could have just stopped. But no, you kept on saying something that kept on adding. So I just want you to understand that you're in the wrong for putting it in the server. That's all I wanted you to know, but you had to drag it out and say other shit. So I'm trying to be sarcastic here, buddy. Okay. Attacked is crazy. And assuming that you're an autistic, buddy, I'm sorry, do you know what a joke is? Just a question. I'm trying to be sarcastic here, buddy. You feel that way, but I suggest you leave the server. in the channel because yeah. Also, uh, yeah, I'm not gonna be associated with you anymore because that's just plain wrong. Yippee! Toodles.